So remember, they're changing my voice and my images. So when you look at the zombie kind of demon diseased person from the movie I Am Legend, okay, you see that it resembles various Hellraisers, especially the one Hellraiser people, Pinhead people, whatever these Cenobites, whatever they're called. And so I put that picture there to show you the comparison. Okay, and there's a lot of things like that. There's also the Palpatine from Star Wars comparison. Palpatine and the Emperor. And Vader is called, Darth Vader. He was first called Anakin Skywalker. Horus the Skywalker. So you see the connections. If you're in a cult, a Set cult, Temple of Set, Church of Satan, Satanic Temple, you're in a deep state organization, or the masses amounts of occult groups, rock and roll groups, even networks of friends can be seen as occult groups when we're talking about emos, punks, rockers, and goths, okay? And the various occultists in the rap industry and where they overlap, their commonalities, their similarities. We see that they all believe in persecuting me, okay? Pretty straightforward. And so I decided to show you these connections here between Palpatine and that demon and so on. And there's also connections with various vampire movies and vampires, right? Vamp, to drain, to suck, to shrink, right? Psychiatry, a psychiatrist is called a shrink, right? And to vamp has also been defined as to shrink, right? To take away from. Like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, like suck someone's blood up and they shrivel up and they shrink. And of course, that there's various applications in terms of breeding, right? Vampires like to have sex, and when you have sex with people who are evil and they bring you into their culture, okay, they change your kids. They take away the blood, right? Say the blood is thick in that person. They take away the blood and make them evil, and make them, sickly in terms of spiritually sick, okay? That's pretty straightforward. There's no excuse for what they're doing. And I think that, again, the connections are strong here. Bat was also an Egyptian deity. Okay, where we get the idea of Batman, it has to do with various martial art arguments, right? People who are thicker and less defined. But it's more complicated than, it's not Bruce Lee versus, Hulk Hogan or something, or Randy Macho Man Savage. It's more specific than that, right? When we look at He-Man, we look at Wolverine, we look at the different body types, there's something there, okay? Now, again, it's the cult of the flesh. Not everyone, I'm the only one right with God, okay? My parents are blameless, but okay. But they make it about body type among other things. And there's lots of things they make it about. But that one is very significant because it has to do with martial arts. And those Darth Maul, this is kind of Star Wars martial arts, so to speak, as the theme of the movie, as part of the movie. Okay, Star Wars, right? The sun, right? The morning star, right? Versus Venus, right? Who's just called the morning star. And there's all kinds of connections there. Venus is Aphrodite, their deity of love. They say God is love, eros, erotic desire. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on and on. I have gone on and on and on in many, 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 many videos. But we see this one here is key because it connects to Hellraiser. Okay? And when we look at people today, we see people who are in denial. And it's not just white people that say white denial. It's everybody but me is in denial. Because what should they do? They should rally and obey God through me. Why? Because I'm the top martial artist ever. Because I'm the righteous man. Okay? Let's say for the sake of argument, Martin Luther King was the most righteous person at the time. Let's say for the sake of argument. Should you rally to him and help him out? Yes. What happens if you don't? You may as well be fucking against him if you don't rally to him. Why wouldn't you, right? Pretty straightforward. I'm the most righteous person that ever lived. So what should they do even if it kills them and their family? Rally to me because it's the right thing to do. It's the right path when you're in your right mind and you're righteous and doing the right thing. And that's the option that's right for you. Being on point. Making moves, the right moves. Impeccable manners and careful perception is what I used to be told growing up. Okay, and to the one whom much is given, much is expected, and God gave you life. Of all those little sperms floating around, okay, you were the one that impregnated, the woman, your mother, and then you came out the womb, right? Something to that effect. Okay, God gave you life. You're not supposed to take the Hellraiser's side.